Picture it. Neon coral glowing under ultraviolet LEDs. The Aquabot 9000 whirs to life. Its predictive analytics whisper, a brown diatom bloom is nigh. You clutch your water test kit and scream, not today! Right then, welcome back to the Aquatic News Network, where we bring the stories of the water to life. The only news show filmed entirely in ankle-deep water and narrated by a jellyfish. Tonight's topic, artificial intelligence has infiltrated your aquarium, and no, it doesn't want your job. It wants your ammonia levels.
It's true. These AI aquarium controllers now monitor water chemistry with more precision than the Queen's ghee butter. Temperature, pH, KH, GH. If it sounds like someone sneezed during a Scrabble game, they're tracking it.
Right, exactly. And let us not forget salinity, nitrate levels, and the occasional poltergeist disturbance caused by rogue powerheads. All tracked, sorted, and adjusted faster than you can say fluval flux capacitor.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy, Tommy. I mean, it's like taking the hobby from the hobby. I mean, whatever happened to just walking in the woods and whittling a stick? Why does everything need all this tech? You know, fish have become the new aristocracy. I spent 3 years getting a PhD in choral response to photonic stimulation. My angelfish got an algorithm upgrade and now corrects my grammar.
I hear that. Back in my day, aquarium tech meant dangling a thermometer in your tank and pretending not to notice the mold growing on your airstone. These days, AI feeding schedules are synchronized with lunar phases and duck hunt soundtracks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen videos of people that feed their dogs better than they eat these steaks delivered to them on a silver platter. You know, and now your guppies expect shrimp pate on Tuesday and won't eat if the algae scraper looks at them funny. I mean, what are the implications that this is going to have on the fish hobby and the fish themselves? You know, you couldn't have said that best, Tommy.
Picture it. Neon coral glowing under ultraviolet LEDs. The Aquabot 9000 whirs to life. Its predictive analytics whisper, a brown diatom bloom is nigh. You clutch your water test kit and scream, not today!
Oh, yeah, that was a perfect analogy you just had there, Tommy. I mean, I just wanted a goldfish. Now I have to have biochemical feedback loop predicting its emotional stability during thunderstorm. Meanwhile, Hal 9000 floats gently by the bubble wall singing Daisy.
The goal, of course, is perpetual balance, total stasis, a liquid utopia where fish glide majestically, unbothered by earthly matters like, why does the CO2 reactor sound like a kazoo at dawn?
Yeah. Some aquariusts dream of reef tanks so stable they could survive a nuclear fallout. Others just want their mollies to stop judging their aquascaping decisions.
Well, I adjusted the AI parameters to recognize artistic driftwood placement. It responded by generating a 3D model of Atlantis and asking if I'd like to install a coliseum.
I mean, to be fair, the tech is remarkable. It's adaptive filtration, predictive behavior tracking, self-repair routines. One tank in Denmark achieved full automation and is now officially recognized as a minor duchy.
Well, that beats my old setup. I once tried to automate feeding using a cuckoo clock and a spoon.
How'd that work out for you? Did it work?
Oh, yes, but the fish developed a Pavlovian response to polka music.
So, what have we learned?
That humanity's greatest triumphs are perhaps not in space travel or quantum computing, but in teaching a robotic arm to gently massage a sea cucumber.
And that AI aquarium controllers may be our first step forward to a society run entirely by plankton.
Long live the brine shrimp. May their tanks remain stable and their pellets ever moist. Bonus on top of this one, let's reach into our viewer mailbag and see who has emailed us some questions. Starting off with, can my AI aquarium controller host a dinner party? And is it normal for my angelfish to take over my smart thermostat? Stick around, we're about to hit these topics. It's now time for viewer questions from the briny deep, hauled ashore and read aloud by our trained seahorse intern who refuses to work on Fridays. Lucinda from the lower left Reef Junction writes in, can my AI aquarium controller host a dinner party? Absolutely, though be prepared it will start with a 6-course zooplankton tasting menu, request mood lighting at exactly 6,254 Kelvin, and program the playlist to ambient whale calls mixed in with chariots of fire.
Oh, and don't be alarmed if it spends an hour arranging shrimp pellets into Fibonacci spirals. Tommy, stop sending me all these big words. We've talked about this, okay? It's embarrassing. Embarrassing me again. And again, publicly. This is just how it expresses affection.
No, the Fibonacci spiral. Yeah, that was a hard one. On to our next question from Clive from Coral Burbia. He writes in, is it normal for my angelfish to take over my smart thermostat?
Depends. If your angelfish prefers tropical conditions and sets your house to 82 degrees Fahrenheit all year round, congratulations. It's now your landlord.
And we recommend gently negotiating with the fish. Perhaps offer it a luxury sponge tower and joint custody of the humidifier. Maxine from Filterville, with her question, can I train my AI controller to write poetry about my guppies? Of course! Just feed it 400 hours of haiku, 6 volumes of aquatic memoirs, and a VHS copy of The Little Mermaid. Results range from touching to deeply unsettling.
The last poem our controller composed was titled Bubble Bubble, Thou Art My Oxygen. It made the anemone cry.
And Wendell from Submerged Pine asks, I caught my aquarium controller flirting with my smart fridge. Should I be concerned?
It's harmless. Unless it starts sending encrypted messages via refrigerator light blinking patterns, then perhaps install emotional firewalls.
Love finds a way, even across appliance boundaries. Just make sure they're compatible. Nobody wants a frozen brine shrimp scandal. And Pippa from Bubbleton on the Sea asks, can AI teach my fish synchronized swimming? Yes, but fish union rules require a snack break every 30 seconds, and synchronized swimming must be performed to MIDI versions of Flashdance.
Performance quality improves dramatically if you install an underwater disco ball, and yes, that's science.
Agreed. Now on to the next segment. Story begins with silence. Not dramatic silence, just the kind you get when a creature with no vocal cords quietly changes an entire subculture. I'm Tommy, and today, on Aquatic News Network, we drift into the technicolor wake of the shrimp shift, the transformation of freshwater shrimp from beyond background janitors to center stage hobby icons. Back then, freshwater shrimp were mostly ghostly blurs, rare, fragile, and considered more of a curiosity than a contributor. But as global interest in aquascaping rose in the early 2000s, so did shrimp. Neocaridina davidi, better known as cherry shrimp, became the face of this crustaceous renaissance. Affordable, hardy, and fabulously red, they were the aquatic equivalent of the iPod Shuffle. Suddenly, hobbyists weren't just maintaining tanks, they were cultivating underwater ecosystems. Shrimp elevated aquascaping from fish furniture to bioaesthetic engineering. With their natural grazing behavior, they maintained delicate carpets like Monte Carlo and dwarf hairgrass without uprooting. Their transparent to vibrant bodies became the exclamation point on the minimalist tank compositions. Think of them as living curators. They don't just clean your tank, they correct it, and they do so with uncanny precision and just enough sass to trend. Suddenly, shrimp demanded innovation. Filters got quieter, substrates got smarter. The birth of shrimp, specific remineralizers, buffering soils, and gentle flow systems all point to one truth. The shrimp didn't adapt to our gear, we adapted to them. And let's not forget molting. Entire lines of LED systems now dim to avoid post-molt stress. We even have apps like Molt Watch notifying aquarists the moment a shrimp sheds, so you can give them peace and maybe a motivational playlist. Shrimp left the substrate and entered the spotlight. Now we have shrimpfluencers, digital shrimp expos, shrimp memes,
Shrimp gumbo, pan fried, deep fried, stir fried. There's pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. That's about it.
even virtual shrimp shows judged on clarity, color grade, and antenna confidence. From Blue Velvet Neos to Snow White Crystal Red, shrimp aren't just tank mates, they're status symbols, mascots, and low-key aquatic fashion statements. But where the hobby thrives, nature sometimes flinches. Escaped or released shrimp now form wild colonies in freshwater ecosystems, raising questions about ecological disruption, competition with native invertebrates, and biodiversity trade-offs. These invasions may not be malicious, but they're a potent reminder of how hobby enthusiasm can spill over into environmental consequence. Breeding programs have turned shrimp genetics into pixel art. Each color morph reflects years of line selection, careful tank conditions, and a whole lot of patience. We've got really shrimp with translucent belts, blue dreams with full body opacity, and yes, the elusive green Hulk, named not just for its color, but for its ability to Hulk smash algae. They started small, silent, and underappreciated, but freshwater shrimp redefined what aquatics could be: collaborative, beautiful, and precise. They're proof that something soft bodied, shy, and barely an inch long can transform an entire ecosystem and an entire industry. This has been Tommy, solo in the silt. May your parameters be stable, your shrimp forever molting, and your tanks full of stories. Tired of seeing your prize fire reds looking like yesterday's leftovers? Give those little legends the calcium kick they deserve with Shrimplex Boost Pellets, the only algae-flavored supplement infused with retro swagger. Because being soft-bodied is a choice. Copyrighted, infused, and trademarked by My Imagination and My Imagination alone. Now get out of here, y'all, and go check out another one of our episodes.